Have you seen ants in your house recently? Don't answer yet. First, let that question resonate within you for a few seconds, because if the answer is yes, what I'm about to reveal will forever change the way you see your reality. And if the answer is no, keep watching anyway, because they're coming. And when they do, you'll remember this exact conversation and understand that nothing in your life happens by chance. Scorpio, you've always known there are invisible layers operating beneath the surface of everything. You've always felt there's more going on than meets the eye. Well, the time has come for you to discover you were right all along. There's an underground communication network operating in your life right now. Signals are being sent, messages are being transmitted, and the ants are merely the visible messengers of something much larger moving in the hidden dimensions of your existence. For years, you probably interpreted the presence of ants as a simple household problem, something that could be solved with poison or repellent. But for you, Scorpio, they are portals. They appear when the veil between the visible and the invisible is thinnest, when the forces that govern your personal transformation are most active, when something profound and irreversible is about to emerge from the depths of your being to the surface of your consciousness. Every ant that crosses your path carries coded information about the current state of your inner evolution. They're not just looking for food. They're mapping the energetic territory of your home, your life, your soul, because you're a Scorpio. And Scorpio constantly lives on the threshold between worlds, between what was and what is becoming, between what everyone sees and what only you feel. And at this particular moment in your life, this threshold is becoming more porous, more accessible. Can you feel this porosity growing within you, as if ancient barriers are dissolving? In recent months, you may have noticed a heightened ability to perceive things others miss, more vivid and disturbing dreams, insights that strike like lightning bolts and leave you breathless, sensations that someone is watching you even when you're alone, moments when you feel like you can read the thoughts of those around you. This isn't paranoia or oversensitivity. It's your Scorpio perceptual system calibrating itself to a deeper frequency of reality. The ants appear precisely when this recalibration reaches a critical point. When you're about to access information about your life that has been stored in sealed subconscious vaults for years. Information about why certain people have come and gone from your life. Information about the true purpose behind painful experiences you've lived through. Information about talents and powers you possess but never fully developed because you were afraid of what might happen if you fully unleashed them. Scorpio, you need to understand something fundamental. Your life has never been just about you. You are a channel, a transformer of energy, someone who has the rare ability to access the densest frequencies of human experience, process them fully, and transmute them into wisdom and genuine power. But to do this, you must be willing to descend into the darkest places of the human psyche, including your own. And that's exactly what's happening now. The ants are the sign that the time has come for your next descent, your next symbolic death, your next rebirth. You'll need to revisit memories you've chosen to forget, confront aspects of yourself you've kept hidden, recognize truths about important people in your life that you'd rather deny. But on the other side of this descent, a level of personal power and spiritual clarity awaits you that will completely transform your ability to navigate reality. Do you have the courage to willingly delve into what you've been avoiding, knowing that on the other side awaits a version of yourself you couldn't even imagine is possible? For Scorpios, born between October 23rd and November 2nd, ants signal profound revelations about hidden family dynamics that have shaped your personality in ways you've never consciously realized. For those born between November 3rd and 13th, they herald the surfacing of memories related to experiences of power, times where you felt completely powerless, or moments where you experienced power in ways that frightened you. And for those born between November 14th and 22nd, ants precede revelations about your sexuality and personal magnetism, aspects of your energy that you may have repressed out of fear of your own intensity. But all Scorpios have something in common at this moment. They are being prepared to integrate shadow aspects of their personality that they've kept separate from their conscious identity. Parts of themselves that they considered unacceptable, dangerous, or simply not themselves. The appearance of the ants marks the beginning of a process where these parts will begin to emerge, to be recognized, accepted, and integrated into a more complete and powerful version of who they are. This can be intense. It can be uncomfortable. It can make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself, but it's absolutely necessary for your next level of evolution. Because you, as a Scorpio, came into this life with the specific mission of demonstrating that it is possible to look directly at the darkest aspects of human existence and not only survive, but become wiser, more compassionate, and more powerful through this experience. Ants work in colonies. They instinctively know that alone they are vulnerable, but together they can move mountains, and they're reminding you of something you've forgotten. You're not alone in this process of transformation. There's an invisible support network operating in your life, people who will appear at the right moment with exactly the words you need to hear. Situations that will manifest to give you opportunities to practice your new levels of consciousness. Signs and synchronicities that will confirm you're on the right path. But you need to be aware, you need to be present, you need to stop trying to control how this transformation will happen and start flowing with it, because the more you resist, the more turbulent the process becomes. And the more you surrender, the more graceful and revealing it manifests. Ants know this principle instinctively. They don't fight the flow of life. They move with it, always toward what serves the highest good of the colony. Are you willing to trust that your life is also moving toward what serves your highest good, even when the path seems uncertain or daunting? Scorpio, there's something you've been avoiding facing, a truth that lives deep in your heart, but which you've kept locked away because you believe acknowledging it will change everything in your life. And you're right, it will change everything. But not in the destructive way you imagine. It will change for the better. It will free you from self-sabotaging patterns you've been repeating without realizing it. It will break cycles of toxic relationships you've attracted because you believed you didn't deserve anything better. It will reveal talents and possibilities you've kept dormant because you were afraid to shine too brightly. The ants appear to tell you that it's time to stop hiding from yourself, to stop pretending you're less powerful than you really are, to stop dimming your light to avoid upsetting people who, deep down, you know don't want what's best for you. They carry the message that you have permission to be completely yourself, to express your intensity unapologetically, to use your transformative power without fear of consequences. Over the next few weeks, observe not only whether ants appear in your home, but also how they behave when they do. If they move in a straight line, this indicates that the transformation process you're experiencing has a clear direction and you can trust it completely. If they seem confused or scattered, it may mean you're resisting the process and need to relax more. If they appear in large numbers at once, prepare for an intense and sudden revelation. If they appear few but consistently, the transformation will be more gradual and gentle. Also, pay attention to where exactly they appear in your home. In the kitchen, they signal changes in how you nourish yourself and others. In the living room, they indicate transformations in your social and family relationships. In the bedroom, they point to profound changes in your intimacy and private life. In the bathroom, they reveal a process of emotional and spiritual cleansing. If they appear near mirrors, prepare to see aspects of yourself you've never noticed before. Are you paying attention to these details, or are you still trying to ignore the symbolic language your own life is speaking to you? What strikes me most about the symbolism of ants for Scorpios is that they represent the ability to carry weights far greater than one's own body. And you, Scorpio, have been carrying emotional, energetic, and psychological burdens far greater than any person should carry alone. You have become the repository of secrets, pain, and traumas, not only for yourself, but for your entire family line. You have absorbed and processed emotional toxicities from past relationships. You have taken on the responsibility of healing wounds that weren't even yours to heal. The ants appear to tell you that it's time to deposit these burdens in their proper places, to stop carrying other people's pain as if it were your own, to establish energetic boundaries that protect your sensitivity without completely blocking it, to learn the difference between being empathetic and being codependent, between being useful and being used, between helping and needlessly sacrificing yourself. This redistribution of weight will release a tremendous amount of energy you didn't even know was being drained. Energy that can be channeled into your own creative projects, your own spiritual growth, your own happiness and fulfillment. And when this happens, you'll realize you've always had far greater inner resources than you imagined, that you've always been more powerful than you allowed yourself to be, that you've always had more options than you allowed yourself to see. Scorpio, ants also carry a specific message about your relationship with power. You have a complicated relationship with your own power, don't you? Sometimes you feel completely powerless, at the mercy of external forces that seem to control your life. Other times, you feel so powerful that you fear yourself, afraid of what you might do if you let all your intensity manifest unfiltered. The truth is, you've never been either powerless or dangerously powerful. You're someone who has access to energy frequencies most people don't even know exist. And like any powerful tool, this energy can be used constructively or destructively, depending on your awareness and intention. The ants appear to remind you that the time has come to make peace with your power, to accept it fully, without fear or arrogance, to learn to use it wisely and responsibly. This means stopping sabotaging yourself when things start to go well. Stop creating drama when life is flowing smoothly. Stop testing others' limits to see if they'll abandon you when you show your most intense side. It means embracing your natural ability to transform difficult situations into opportunities for growth. To see beauty where others see only destruction. To find deep meaning in experiences that others consider nothing more than unnecessary suffering. Over the next few days, you may begin to notice patterns in the way ants appear in your life. They may always appear at the same time, indicating that there's a specific time of day when you're most open to receiving deep insights. They may always appear after certain activities, suggesting that these activities are activating specific aspects of your consciousness. They may always appear before important events, serving as warnings for you to pay special attention to what's about to happen. The ants appear to confirm that the time has come for you to fully embrace this role of alchemist in your own life and in the lives of others. To stop pretending to be normal when your normality is extraordinary by conventional standards. To stop hiding your profound insights because people might find them strange. To stop diminishing your capacity for perception because it makes others feel uncomfortable. The world needs alchemists now more than ever. It needs people like you who can look directly into the darkness without becoming darkness, who can process toxicity without becoming poisoned, who can find hidden treasures in situations others would consider only losses. Your capacity for transformation is not just a personal talent, it is a service you came to render to humanity. And the ants know this. That's why they appear, to remind you of who you truly are beneath all the layers of social conditioning and self-doubt you've accumulated over the years, to reconnect you with your transformative essence, to give you the courage to dive deeper than any sensible person would, because you're not sensible in the conventional sense. You're wise in the deepest, most ancient sense of the word. People around you may start seeking you out more to vent, ask for advice, or simply be in your presence. This happens because your transformative energy is more active and visible. You become magnetic to people going through their own processes of change. Be selective with your energy during this period. Not everyone who approaches you deserves access to your inner resources. Practice discernment without becoming closed off. Can you sense the difference between people who approach you to drain your energy and those who approach you to grow with you? Scorpio, one of the most profound revelations ants bring is about your relationship with time. You've always had a different perception of time, haven't you? There are moments when you feel like you're living in slow motion, absorbing every detail of an experience. Other moments when you feel like hours have passed in seconds. This altered perception of time isn't a distortion, it's access to deeper layers of reality where time functions completely differently. Ants operate in a different temporal dimension than we do. For them, the now extends far beyond the immediate present. It includes the long-term consequences of every action, the generational ramifications of every decision. They are inviting you to access this expanded temporal perspective, to see your current life not just as a series of isolated events, but as part of a much larger pattern that extends across generations through past and future lives. When you can access this perspective, many of the painful experiences you've lived through will begin to make sense in completely new ways. You'll understand that they weren't just random sufferings, but necessary parts of a much larger process of evolution. You'll realize that your soul chose these experiences not to punish you, but to give you access to levels of understanding and compassion that wouldn't be possible through easier paths. This understanding will free you from much resentment and self-pity you may have been carrying. It will transform your relationship with pain from resistance to acceptance. It will reveal that you are much stronger and wiser than you imagined, and it will give you the confidence to face any future challenge, knowing you have the inner resources to transform any experience into growth. Ants also convey an important message about your ability to regenerate. Have you ever noticed how you bounce back from situations that devastate most people? How you find strength you didn't even know you had when you really need it? This isn't coincidence or luck. It's a specific Scorpio ability to access reserve energy resources that other signs don't even know exist. But this ability comes at a price. Each time you fully regenerate, you lose a bit of your former self. Aspects of your personality that no longer serve your highest good simply dissolve. Relationships that no longer resonate with who you're naturally becoming dissolve. Interests and activities that once made sense lose their appeal completely. The ants appear to prepare you for another of these profound regenerations, to warn you that you are about to undergo another symbolic death and rebirth, and to assure you that although the process may be intense, the result will be a version of yourself more authentic, more powerful, and more aligned with your true purpose than any previous version. Scorpio, in the days following the appearance of the ants, you may experience heightened emotional sensitivity. You may feel more affected by movies, music, news, or conversations than you normally would. This happens because your psychic defenses are temporarily more permeable, allowing new information and energies to enter your system. Use this heightened sensitivity as an opportunity to connect more deeply with your own humanity and the humanity of others. Allow yourself to feel fully without judging yourself for being too sensitive. In fact, this sensitivity is one of your greatest strengths. It allows you to understand people's hidden motivations, to sense the emotional undercurrents of any situation, to detect lies and manipulation before they're even fully articulated. The ants know you possess these powers, and they know it's time for you to stop being ashamed of them and start consciously using them to create more truth and authenticity in your life and the lives of those around you. You don't need to use these powers to control or manipulate. Use them to see, understand, and respond in ways that honor the complexity and depth of the human experience. The sign of the ants also carries a promise. When you complete this transformation process, you will discover you have access to a form of love that completely transcends anything you've experienced before, a love that needs no guarantees or promises to exist, a love that doesn't diminish when tested but grows stronger, a love that can embrace both light and shadow, both beauty and ugliness, both joy and pain. This love will transform all your relationships. It will attract people into your life who also operate at this level of emotional depth. It will automatically eliminate superficial connections that only drain your energy without offering real nourishment in return. And it will give you the courage to be completely vulnerable and authentic, because you will know that you are loved not despite your intensity, but because of it. The ants are coming, Scorpio. Or maybe they've already arrived, and you haven't yet realized they're messengers rather than invaders. Either way, your life is about to undergo a silent but profound revolution, a transformation that will touch every aspect of your existence. A metamorphosis that will reveal capabilities and possibilities you never knew you possessed. Are you ready to die once again to who you thought you were, so you can be born to who you truly are? Share in the comments if you've seen ants recently, or if you've felt that sense that something profound is stirring in the invisible layers of your life. Your experiences may be the confirmation another Scorpio needs to trust their feelings. Subscribe to the channel now, because what the ants announce is just the beginning of a process that will unfold over months. You'll need guidance on how to navigate the revelations that are coming, how to integrate shadow aspects that will emerge, how to use your transformative powers constructively. The ants came with a message. The message has been delivered. Now it's up to you to decide whether you will embrace it as the gift of evolution that it truly is, or whether you will try to ignore it and continue living on the surface of a life meant to be lived in the depths. I trust you already know the right choice. Your Scorpio nature has always chosen depth, even when it meant traversing territories others consider too dangerous to explore.